Hi, my name is Heather Hooper. I'm a 6th grade ELA educator in Central Indiana, and welcome back to my channel. All right, so on my way to school today, we got a call for a 2-hour delay because of the fog. So I have lots of time to work in my classroom because I could have turned around because I was only 10 minutes from home, but I can get so much done. I was already up and on my way and not expecting it completely. I figured it could go either way. So I'm here and I can work on lessons and all of that good stuff. So the first thing I'm gonna do is I need to pass out some papers, and we have a new student management system, so I need to put grades in, make sure I know how to do that. So those are the first couple of things I'm gonna do. Then I'm gonna look at my to-do list and we'll see where we're going from there. So I have the grades entered in. I've taken 2 grades. They're not all mathing. I don't, like, some show a percentage, like here's one, that's a 66%, but it's showing a grade of a B. Need to check on that because I don't know if I've done something wrong or if something is wrong within the system. So that's something to check on, and I'm sure parents are going to, well, they won't be on me because it's showing better than what they should have. So the next thing I need to do is I had a student that was out and she emailed me asking if she could get her work. So I am going to send her her work since she took the time to reach out. So I'm gonna do that now. Okay, I was able to get that done, get my newsletter, my section of the newsletter done. Now I'm going to look at today's slides to make sure that I am ready and have everything ready to go, because I don't think I do today. So let's get that going. Okay, so I think I am ready for my day. Today, what we are going to do, so this week, what we have been doing is learning how to use the Amplify website. I've had lots of questions on that. Speaking of, I need to go on my Facebook group and see if my question was answered. I find so much more help through Facebook groups than I do Amplify. So we're still in lesson 1. So we're gonna finish it today. I'm not gonna start lesson 2 tomorrow. I'm gonna do like a random lesson and then start on Monday with lesson 2, and hopefully that goes a little bit quicker. I think I'm gonna use the books to write in when it's not being graded. When it grades it, I will have the kids do it on the website, and we will use that for correcting, for revising and editing, because that was a great thought from somebody in the Facebook group and it worked really well for those that it would work for. So that's my question. Am I doing something wrong? Is it somewhere else? Because not all the kids got what they needed. So still trying to figure that out a little bit. So that's what we're doing in reading, and we're focusing on writing and focusing on one moment. And then morphology, we have been working on the roots centi, kilo, milli, and they'll take a test on that tomorrow. So their first assessment. I haven't read any new books. Next week I will read The relatives came, that's going with my lesson 2. And then tomorrow my admin come and they read What Do You Do with a Chance? So it goes with a lot of the other books we've already read. And then in grammar, we've been reviewing the 8 parts of speech, and we are doing the basic sentences. I do Shirley because I like that it's repetition. I like that there's jingles. I like those things. There's questions and answers. So it really works for kids that struggle if they practice the flow of it. So I don't know how far I'll go into that this year because we're going to do it here and there. So this week we're doing that. And then next week, I'm going to pause and do simple, compound, and complex sentences because we really need that for our writing. So that is what we're doing this week. And today we're going to do a writing during our ELA time. We are going to do morphology, and it's like which doesn't belong. So they have a list of like 3 or 4 words and they have to choose which one doesn't belong and why. And then in Shirley, we're doing sentences and labeling each part of speech for that sentence. So like classifying, but in a different way. Yeah, so that's what we're doing today. I'll check back in with you during lunch. All right, I didn't get to check in with you at lunchtime, but it is the end of the day. We had a really good day today. One thing that Amplify has them do is to take some time to share their writing, and that went way better than what I thought it was going to. So that's amazing. I do worry for some kids who struggle with writing. So, I would like everybody at least once to try this year. So I'm gonna push everybody to do it at least once. I told them everybody had to, so we will see how that goes. After that, maybe not, but I wanna try and get them to do one. But that was amazing to watch them really listen to their peers' writing and to think of something that is positive to say that they liked in their writing. We worked on some grammar. I was really surprised at what most of the kids remembered from last year. That's one nice thing about Shirley English. It's an old program. You don't see it anymore. But I learned so much when I started teaching from it, and I remembered it years and years later when I hadn't used it for years and years. And I even have 30-year-old class students come up to me sometimes and tell me that's what they remember as the jingles and all of that. So it does, and after today, not reminding them of hardly anything, I was so surprised at how much they remembered. And so that was fun to see. Let's see, that's about all we did. I keep forgetting that I'm only doing one subject, so I feel like I don't have as much to talk about. So I do want to remind you of a book that we read last week and show you my bulletin board. So we read Maybe by Kobe Yamada. It's a beautiful book about all the possibilities. Maybe you could do this. Maybe you could do this. Maybe you're here to help somebody else calm down. Maybe you're just getting started. You don't know where you're going. It was a beautiful book, and we had a lot of good discussions throughout the day with this book. But then what I did, I'm gonna insert a picture here. They had to write on a Post-it, maybe I could, and they had to finish that statement. And so I had them think of, I told them at least 5, if they could come up with 5. Many did way more. But I thought it was a beautiful reminder of the different possibilities that can happen if they choose the right mindset and they choose to work hard. So I've had a lot of compliments on that bulletin board. It looks really cool. It was an easy thing to do. Is a piece of black butcher paper, post them on, and I cut out the letters, and I can use those every year. So that's an easy one to do, and it looks really cool, and it has some really cool things on it that the kids came up with. So that's how I'm gonna end today. I hope that you got something out of this week. I don't know how often I'm gonna post. I feel like I'm saying the same things over and over. If there's something that you would like to see, something that I do, let me know and I will see what I can do about that. But make sure that you like and subscribe this video. Help me out. Help me get more subscribers, more likes. Leave a comment down in the box, get some more interaction just to help me out a little bit. And until next time, have a good day.